Hi folks, Kyle here. We are in the process of cleaning up a messy course, and in the most recent installment we changed the front page of the course to the page that I wanted students to land on versus the old template page that was there. Now what we need to do is to make sure that the nav buttons that we students can click at the bottom of the home page actually navigate to the content that we want them to go to rather than what they're doing now. Let's take a look. So here we've got these buttons, and if I click the course overview page, it is going to template page full of lorem ipsum placeholding text. That's not what I want. And the about your instructor page is the template page as well. The course Q&A page, that looks pretty good, but I just want to make sure that there's only one of them. I'll get to that later in the video. And then shouldn't be any problem with the course modules page, button rather. So that takes me into course modules, and just to make sure I'm in course 6266. Yeah, okay. So what I need to do now is just check my course overview page and my about your instructor page. So I'm going to go into pages and then view all pages. And let's take a look. The first two that I hit there, I know I need to change my about my instructor page. And I see that I have two of them, and they are both published. So let's just click on the to designation and see what that looks like. Okay, so that's the one that I want. Okay. So now I'm curious. So we can either unpublish or delete this. Now I'm going to go ahead and delete it, and I want to see what happens. I think I'm going to create another problem, which is fine, and then I'm going to show you how to fix it. So I'm going to delete this. This is the template page. I don't want that anymore because I already have a perfectly good one that I've worked very hard on. So let's delete this guy. Yes. Okay, so there's my new page, and let's just see if it works. So I go back home, and I click on About Your Instructor. And I get an error. It says the page about your instructor does not exist. Well, I thought it did. Let's see what's happening. Yes, we can go ahead and do that in this particular case. Now, we're going to get into a little bit of coding here. It's okay. I'm going to click Edit, and then we're going to come down here to the code. And this is just the HTML scripting of my home page. And if I scroll all the way down, you wouldn't know this necessarily, but my buttons are all kind of here. And the About Your Instructor button, we can see the name right there, About Your Instructor button. And starting with this little line of code, this *A, and going all the way down to this, that's actually all the coding that creates that button. And I'm going to show you what the problem is. And then the solution is easy, and it doesn't mean that you have to change anything in the code, although you can solve it that way. The problem is that the script is looking for a title of a page called About Your Instructor right there, right? And if you'll recall, we deleted that one, and the only About Your Instructor page is titled About Your Instructor -2. Remember, because it was a copy. So if we eliminate that -2, which we really want to do anyhow because it kind of looks messy for students, I think that the title of the page that I want to have students see will now correspond with this script, and we will have solved the problem. Let's see if it works. So we're going to cancel, and we're going to come down to pages and view all pages. And let's just rename this, right? We're going to take the -2 out, see if that solves our problem. So we're going to come down here, edit, and we're just going to take that out. And we really want to do that anyhow because that title shows up to students, and we'd rather them not see the -2. All right. Okay. Renamed, published, fingers crossed. Come down here and let's test the button. Awesome. So we didn't have to get into the script to solve that issue. All we needed to do was go back and delete the extraneous About Your Instructor button that I didn't want to show up, find the one that I do want to show up, and then rename it so that the title of this page corresponds with the title that the code or the script is looking for in the HTML. So we have the same problem with Course Overview. So if I go back to view the page, you see I've got this same problem, right? So I could solve this a different way. I could rename this one. And this is, let's just say, the dead one. And then I'll unpublish it. And then I'll rename this one to Course Overview. Okay, now let's see if that solved the problem. I'm going to go home. I'm going to come down, click the Course Overview page, and hopefully, yeah, it's the nice pretty one that I really wanted to be a part of this course. So there I've kind of taken you through a couple of solutions about how we can go about solving this, like this button problem, if you're running into that as a course rolls over and you've solved the front page problem, but then you've got this existing button problem. So now all of my homepage nav buttons navigate to the content that students will expect and that I'm comfortable with. Two things. I'm going to go back and I'm going to clean up my course because I don't need this Course Overview dead one. I can go ahead and delete it. And the other thing I said I was going to do is to make sure that I don't have two Q&A discussions. Okay, so there's a course Q&A. Uh-oh, there's a course Q&A as well. And unfortunately, both of them are published. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how we solve this problem. See you then.